Hi. 5 years ago today, I uploaded my first video on this channel. Since then, I've made like 150 of those things. I've also done a lot of other stuff, like age significantly. 5 years is a long time. When I started my first video, I was 12. I looked like this. Among Us was popular. Now I'm almost a legal adult. I've spent half a decade making stuff like this, and I feel like that is such a large milestone that means I need to go all out for celebration. So to celebrate Toast Sandwich's 5-year channel anniversary, I have decided to do 5 things. It's one for each year. Number 1, channel refresh. So I've had this profile picture for like 3 years, and it's fine. It's pretty good actually, but it's time for a change. I've also never really liked my banner. I changed it recently to this, but it used to be that, and it got outdated really quickly. And I want both of the designs to match, and so I cooked up some assets, and now I look like this, and I think it's pretty fire actually. I also, I stylized my name to be in all caps and have an exclamation point at the end, just cause it's cool. Hopefully it'll maybe make it easier to search. I don't know. Number 2, relisting old videos. Alright, so I rarely ever unlist videos. In fact, I've only ever done it twice. Once with Guy Sits in Front of Camera and Does Things number 7, and then also with I Like Your Cut G, and the reason for this was just that they're really bad, even more so than other stuff that I had made at the time. But to honor the legacy of Toast Sandwich, I've decided to make those public again if you want to watch them. They're not good, very much so, but if you want to see how my process evolves and how I improve over time, then they're worthy checking out. Also, I have a couple of videos that have always been unlisted that I am going to make public because I think that they're pretty good, and I think that they're fun, and I think that you would like them, and they're just a couple of little bonuses. And they're epic. They're swag. They're fine. They're nothing crazy, but I think they're some fun. These videos include a fake game of Jeopardy for a video that I never made, which shows up in I made a bad video and turns it into this instead. It's not quite the full video that I made that I ended up scrapping, but it's a large part of it, and you should be able to kind of get what that plot was going to be. But I spent a lot of time on this one actually, and I feel like it turned out alright, so I'm sharing it with you. And a stop motion video I made for school, which is like a pretty fun little animation thing. It's alright, you know, it's pretty fun. I have other unlisted videos that I'm not going to make public right now, but only because they're really boring. Like, I doubt anyone is dying to watch a 3-point lighting test. But, however, if you happen to be a toast head that is that dedicated, that is that obsessed with everything I've ever made, I'm gonna put them in a playlist and link them in the description, and they'll also be in the playlists section on my channel if you really want to watch boring old school projects that aren't funny. You know, making this channel anniversary and planning out everything that I want to do has made me reflect on what I've already done for previous channel anniversaries, and I really like all of the ones that I've done. And I think the best thing about them is just how much they capture like the specific point in time that I was at when I was making those videos. Like, I don't think any of those videos could be made at a point other than when they were made. You know, like, for example, the first video, I, like, rate and review and discuss every single one of my videos because I only had, like, 30 or 40 at the point, and that was, like, semi-feasible to be able to do. Like, if I tried to do that now, that would be next to impossible. It would take hours. It would be ridiculous. Number 3, I rank and review every single one of my videos.
All right, let's just jump right into it. So I have every single one of my videos set up in a bracket random style, just going up against whatever, and I'm just going to figure out the winner. It's like 8 rounds. So starting off, we have Sketch Compilation 2 versus Hey Go Watch the Schmuss. Sketch Compilation 2 is all right. It has some decent moments, and Hey Go Watch the Schmuss is a 20-second long ad for another channel, and it's fine. It's fine, but it's quite literally like next to nothing. Sketch Compilation 2 wins. This guy is definitely not being ratatouilleed versus This Man Is a True Inspiration. This is difficult, because I like both of these. I like both of these a lot, actually. I feel like they're both very fun. They're both about some wacky characters. But I'm going to have to go with This Man Is a True Inspiration. This Man Is a True Inspiration, that created the character of Bill Boards, who I used again in Screaming #1, where I unlisted every video except for that, and themed myself as Bill Boards, and that was really funny. So I'm going with that. Chekhov's Gun, more like Chekhov's Fun, or Untitled Project 2 2024. Video I made in 30 minutes versus School Project, but it's a pretty good school project, so we're going to go with Chekhov's Gun, more like Chekhov's Fun. Just a normal interaction between two siblings versus Jimmy Johnson's Extreme Exercise Workout Time Power Mode Zone. I love both of these, but Jimmy Johnson's Extreme Exercise Workout Time Power Mode Zone is one of my favorite videos I've ever made. I think it is genuinely perfect, and there's nothing wrong with it, so it's going there. Watching every Farstar video at 0.25 speed, or Lemon Demon Something Glowing unofficial music video. One of these is like not fun to watch, and one of these is like really good visually. And I'm gonna go with this one. It's a nice music video. I spent like a month on it. It's something that I had never really done at that point, but I was listening to the song one day and I was like, this would make a sick music video. And then it was like, oh, I make video stuff. Why don't I just make it? And so I did, and it's honestly pretty good. I do quite like it. I think it still holds up. This is boring. This is boring, and it was meant to be boring, and it is boring, and it just kind of sucks. A Very Cursed Q&A versus Shorts. Only true 90s kids get this video. This is a short that's like, oh, what if instead of the 1990s, it was the 1590s or something vaguely similar? And it's not very funny. It was very early on in my career, and I hadn't figured out how to be very funny yet. This one's pretty fun. I enjoy the idea of doing a Q&A, and I think it went pretty well. So I'm just gonna go with A Very Cursed Q&A. How to Bake a Zero Ingredient Cake versus the Ian Chamberlain stand-up experience. Ooh, we're like 7 in. We're like not very far in, and there's already some really tough matchups because I love both of these. Like my first time doing stand-up, I think it's very well rehearsed. I think it flows really well. I think it's phenomenal. And then just a video that's stylized really well and is really fun. I will say though, I wanted the ending to this, to How to Bake a Zero Ingredient Cake, to be entirely different because I wanted there to actually be a cake at the end, but I wanted to get like a real cake, and I couldn't do that with like the time that I had or like the money that I had, and so I didn't want it to be like a fake cake because I wanted to interact with it too much for there to like not be a real one. So the ending is entirely different from what I wanted to do, but regardless, it's still pretty good. But because of that, the Ian Chamberlain stand-up experience does win. All right, the Podcast Boys versus the Constitution. I think the Podcast Boys is pretty fun. It's pretty all right. I always love when I'm cloning myself in a video, but the Constitution is just so goofy and it's so stupid, and I love it visually, and it's really, really good. So it's the Constitution. Oh, this sucks. The Mystery of the Mystery, 48-second short film, or an update on John Gaming. Both of these are really good videos. One is a film project that I made in LA, and it was some really talented people. And the other is a video that I made Leah made the video, essentially. She wrote it, I edited it, for April Fool's Day. And they're both quite funny. But I think about, like, The Mystery of the Mystery and Rock, Paper, Scissors. I think about my time in LA every single day. So I'm gonna have to go with The Mystery of the Mystery. But an update on John Gaming, you will be missed. Then we have John Gaming and Me Wed. John Gaming, of course, the video that kind of wraps up the John Gaming story where he's released from prison and then he overdoses on gaming and he dies. I think that's pretty fun. I do quite like how it kind of tries to tie it references a lot of other videos, and that's pretty fun. And Me One is a 2-second animation that I made because I felt like I hadn't posted in long enough. So it's John Gaming. Ooh, Chris versus This is a good video. Chris is pretty good. When I originally uploaded it, there was no audio, and this is a good video. I made that with Leah. We just had a good time. I love the videos where I just goof around with Leah. Almost like a Schmus video, but there's no Levi. But this one doesn't stand out particularly as much. None of the bits come to mind as much as the other ones. I really like the ending of Chris with it's beginning to look a lot like Chris. That's fun, and I like that. And it's cool, so we're going with this one. What if Season 2 real versus a 30-second video of someone pointing their finger? It has to be What if Season 2 real because that's animated. I made that with Leah. We improvised it. The regular video wasn't very good. I didn't like it very much, but I was like, oh, if I animate this, it'll actually be really good. And it was. And it was really fun. And, yeah. It was good. I spent like 6 months animating it just because I'm lazy, and I could have done it in a lot less time, but I forgot about it a lot. I ordered this last year versus All-Star Menards Remix Nightcore. I made this video in like a day because I thought of the idea and I was like, oh, that would be good. I'll just do that. And I didn't write a script and I improvised it. And I used to do that with a lot of my earlier stuff. And then I stopped doing it because it turns out better if you actually plan out exactly what you want to say and then say that. But I was like, oh, I can make this tonight. I can make this in a day, and that'll be nice. Because I used to just, now it takes a little longer for me to make a video. So for me to be able to make a video in a short amount of time, I like this one is just really goofy and funny, and it was made with files I had sitting around, and I like making music stuff, so it's going to be this one. Sketch Compilation 3 versus How to Play the Didgeridoo. I have very conflicting feelings on Sketch Compilation 3, but How to Play the Didgeridoo is, it's like 5 seconds, and it's one joke, and I think this one has more jokes that are better. So it's going to be this one. A very funny stand-up joke. Hilarious. It's just me standing up versus introducing Swift. It's alright. It's pretty good. It's kind of vague on what it is, but it's not bad. Honey, I'm a Home, not the short version, the long version, and Sketch Compilation 4 Halloween. Ooh, I think this Sketch Compilation 4 turned out very good, and I'm really proud of it, so it's going to be that one, even though I really like how meta this one is. Jack's Films is in my walls, hashtag Shrek me, or I killed Farstar, gone slow, I forgot who I am, Feet Ninja Gamer Blevins. This one is really good. This one is just a very short version of a very long, boring live stream, and it's pretty good, but this one is really fun. It was edited really well. I got to do some horror. Also, Jack's Films reacted to it, and he gave it like a good review, but also I had the comments turned off, not by my choice, but I forgot to uncheck it, and so he did not get to leave a comment on that video, and that sucks, and I kind of regret that, but anywho, this video is pretty good. Thank you, Jack Film. Shoot Me Again with Feeling versus Dude You Gotta Buy This. These are both very similar in quality. They're both really good. I'm going to go with Shoot Me Again with Feeling, just because I like the concept a little more. That's just because how I'm feeling in this very specific moment. My unused J-Schlatt room tour video versus I made a bad video and turned it into this instead. I'm going to go with I made a bad video and turn it into this instead because I think it's very creative with how it repurposes a video that sucks, that you can see part of now, in link in the description, versus something that was pretty fun and then it didn't end up getting used, and I don't know. I'm rambling. I shouldn't be. Introducing Crust versus You're Going to the Office. I love both of these. I'm actually going to go with You're Going to the Office because I like, this is a good channel anniversary, but this one it's just simple. It's really funny. My thoughts about this year and going into the next one versus Health Tips. This one isn't funny. This one is a little funny. It's this one. Theater of the Absurd, a school presentation versus Oscar bait. I love Oscar bait, and it's against the school project. Not even close, although it is a very good school project. I do love the school project, but it's Oscar bait. It's Oscar bait. What else do I have to say? I'll probably say more in later matchups, but actually, no, it's Health Tips versus Oscar bait. It's Oscar bait 100%. My best joke yet versus easily the worst video we've made so far. That's a really fun matchup. That's really fun. It's going to be easily the worst video we've made so far because I love that one. It was after we just finished watching Zombies, and My best joke yet is it's one funny joke. It is one very funny joke where I go to tell a joke and then it's just a train sound playing. But I love these videos with Leah. And yeah, it's funny. Slow News Day versus Hey, Can I Use the Bathroom? That is my first short I ever did, and it's not particularly funny. And this one is pretty funny, and I think it's fun. And I if you can tell, I love doing bits where there's a newscaster, and this is one of those, and so it's great. New Year video 2, or I need to be 7 feet tall by Wednesday or else. I wrote the title for this down in my notes, and then didn't use it for like a year. And then I was like, I need video ideas. I guess I'll turn this title into a video. And it turned into something that's really fun, and I really like, because it feels like a whole story, and it's so wacky, and it's so goofy. And this one is fine. It's kind of fun of like commitment to the bit of, you know, I respond to it after like a whole year, but this one's really good. Guy who doesn't know that teachers exist versus you're getting mugged. These are both really short ones. Just because I like the effort put into the animation. It's a stupid, both of these are stupid, cheap jokes, but you're getting mugged, you know, I need to animate more, so I'm gonna do this one, but Guy who doesn't know that teachers exist is solid, but it feels like a tweet in video form. Sketch compilation 1 and 2 remade, or Philip Movies presents Movies Plus. No, I love both of these videos so much. One of them shows the potential in something that I had made previously and how it's actually good, and one of these is, oh my god, both of these are just so good. I don't know what to do in this scenario, actually. I don't. Oh, this hurts. This feels like it would be something farther, like so many tiers farther up, you know? I might even want to come back to that one. Sitcoms should absolutely not be doing this versus POV, I break into your school Chromebook to watch Family Guy funny moments with you. This video is fine. I spent so much time on this video, and I think it's really good. It's just like the third act of a sitcom, but it gets meta and weird, and it's part of two videos that are the same, but they're not. And they're underrated, so it's going to be this one. Just because I show that I had potential in my earlier days, and it was the execution and not the ideas, and just like the emotional connection, I'm gonna go with Sketch Compilation 1 and 2 remade. But I love Philip Movies. I love that so much. All of those movie posters were for a school project that I made, and I got like a 100 on it, and it was awesome, and I loved it. I made a whole website for it. Ooh, English grammar explained in 60 seconds, or guy sits in front of camera and does things number 7. For the bit, I could say guy sits in front of camera and does things number 7, but, like, it's a video that sucks so hard that I had it unlisted for, like, 3 years. So it's gonna be this one. Trick shots versus what if someone said a secret agent's code phrase on accident? It's gonna be trick shots. I made that with my cousin. It's really fun. I do really like it. This one's also fun, but, like, this set up, like, the John Gaming lore, and I think that's a pretty fun aspect that still shows up every once in a while, so that's sick. Very cool safety tips, or 23 seconds of funny. I love very cool safety tips. I love 90s like aesthetics, and I love improvising stupid stuff in front of a green screen, and I love like just doing all that sort of stuff. 23 seconds of funny is fine. At this moment in time, I can't even particularly remember anything about it. And that means that Very Cool Safety Tips is a better video. 1993 Mario movie, good actually, school project, or this is what happens when you don't order now. School project versus like funny video, it's funny video. 433 the Broadway musical, or the 2010 National Water Drinking Championship. You might click on this video and see, oh, it's 4 minutes and 33 seconds of absolute still image, no sound. That's the point. I will defend that this is genuinely a very good video, and that it's like actually pretty good, and it's like it's funny, and it's like it is something. But this one is funnier. I really like it. It's such a stupid concept, and it's executed so well, and it just makes me laugh thinking about it. But this is, don't sleep on 433 the Broadway musical. Like, genuinely watch it the whole way through, and you'll see, you'll get it. Life hacks versus It's a TV Picture World. Easiest choice of my life. Life hacks is one of the first videos I made, and it's a stupid, it has Vine energy, but like not a very good, like mid Vine energy. And this is a full movie that I made with my best friend that is really funny and is 90 minutes long and is conceptually interesting and is visually appealing. Irrefutable Proof Pocket Alive versus me screaming for 10 minutes. This video is good concept, but I execute it so horribly that me screaming for 10 minutes is better and funnier. I'm surprised I was able to scream for 10 minutes. Both of these are things that are conceptually funny, but you don't necessarily want to sit through and watch. But just like, but it's good. It's funny and good, and I like it. Something I found humorous versus how to make money by abusing the public domain. I think this one is actually still pretty decent. I think it's pretty smart. This one's fine. This one's all right. You know, it's all right. It's all right. Epic book review of So Anyways by John Cleese, emotional not clickbait, bunch of emojis, versus reacting to. My god, this might be the most nothing burger yet. This is a really bad school project that is like, I've made school projects that I've posted recently that are like decent, that like I'm talking in front of the green screen. I think I'm like actually saying something that's like kind of interesting, kind of informative, like worth hearing to the point that I posted them. This sucks so hard. This is me staring at a blank screen for a minute. However, that video genuinely was meant to be like a real live stream that took like 20-30 minutes and was just going to be me seeing how long I could react to nothing, but it cut out because my Wi-Fi is bad at literally the perfect time, and it actually makes it really funny. So it's going to be reacting to, but it is essentially a nothing burger of a video. But that's kind of the joke, so I don't know. I think I'm going to throw up. Hashtag shorts versus how not to make a snow angel. Neither of these are particularly good. This used to be my most viewed video for a while, and I hated it because it kind of sucked. And this is another very short that has Vine energy. It's going to be, I think I'm going to throw up because I like actively don't really like this one. And this one is so short that I have nothing to complain about necessarily, other than it's just fine. Auto-generating a comedy sketch versus watching every video, Farstar video at 0.25 speed, part 2. This is really early on, and it's so bad, actually, that I think that watching every Farstar video at 0.25 speed part 2 is better. At least you get that emotional catharsis from finishing 3.5 hours of watching videos. Auto-generating a comedy sketch is about as funny as if an actual AI were to write a video. So, you know, that's saying something, that it's worse than the live stream that I think isn't very good. All right. Philip Movies presents the Movies Plus Cinematic Universe versus Laughter is the Best Medicine. Ooh, both of these are pretty good videos, pretty spicy videos. I gotta say, I like both of them, but it's gonna be Philip Movies presents the Movies Plus Cinematic Universe. Raw hashtag shorts versus sketch compilation number 1. Now, here's the sticky situation I'm in. Sketch compilation number 1 is not a particularly good video, but this is like a YouTube short that's also not particularly, like, it's not like bad, but it's just not particularly like awesome. It's just footage that I filmed that I was gonna do something, but I couldn't get a take I liked, and then a year later, I re-edited it to be dark and spooky, and, you know, that's fine. It's alright. It's not bad. It performed really bad, but, like, this just has so much, like, this is where it all started, and for a throwaway YouTube short to be better than that kind of feels disrespectful. So I'm gonna say sketch compilation number 1, because I'm in charge. I can do whatever I want, and you can't stop me. Anyways, an important update for the future of this channel versus Halloween Special.mp4. This is tough, because both of them are good, but an important update for the future of this... No! I was like, oh, this one, but then this one's really funny, and I love the green screen humor, and I love, it's like, eat Duracells, that's funny, and this is acts like it's really serious, and I think it looks pretty nice, and then it's Gaming Feet Ninja Gamer Blevins 2, but we ran out of air, and that's so stupid, and these are both kind of bait and switches, where it's like, you know, it's like, oh, don't eat batteries is the joke at the end, and it's like, you think it's gonna be serious, and then this is like, this one, I think, like, it tricks you into thinking that it could actually be serious for a moment, and it's like, oh, we lost the right to air, and that's just so funny that it has to be this one. Amogus Let's Play versus I Can't Stand It. Jesus, we're getting bottom of the barrel. I did so much green screen with this one that I think it's actually kind of impressive, and I kind of like this one. This one's fine. I didn't have to, I fell like 4 or 5 times for this. And I had to do it so that I would like actually fall and it would look real, but I wouldn't get hurt. And so that's pretty good. But this is some some classic John gaming back before he had like substantial lore. And you know what? I actually did a lot of green screen for this, and I like it. So sure. I like it. It's fine. You know, it's not particularly crazy, but I respect the commitment. Most today's entertainment versus 1 second from every Foster video except for a few. This is my favorite of the Today's Entertainment series. This one is fine. It's alright. It's genuinely not a terrible video, but I really love this one. I think it's that guy, that character in his element, in like him at his most. I don't know if I'll probably do another Today's Entertainment at some point because I love doing them. I did like 2 last year after not doing them for a bit. You know, I'll do it whenever I feel like it. Whenever I think of like a concept of like, oh, I could put Today's Entertainment guy in this one. But this one's just put him in the woods. It's simple, but it like works really well. It's a beautiful video because it's outside in nature and it's really nice. Oh, toilet paper clip versus rock paper scissors. I love this video. I cherish this video so much. It made me actually go to Toilet Paper Club, and that's started put Mr. Poop that I put in everything, all of my like movies, and so there's a lot there, and I have a lot of nostalgia for that. But rock paper scissors is so good, and I made it with the people that I met, and I love them, and they're so cool. I love rock paper scissors. What can I say? Watching every Farstar video in 0.25 speed and 4 times speed with React Bot versus the Toast Sandwich Christmas Special. This one is my best live stream, but this is like much shorter and funnier and better. And I genuinely, this is good to the point that I'm like, I could live stream again and it could be fine. But this is just a really solid Christmas video. So it's that. But Gordon Ramsay's having a nightmare in my kitchen versus the coolest hashtag no stash submission. This video is my most viewed video. It is not deserving of that. This one is pretty solid, actually. Massage versus Christmas's End. This is a stupid throwaway joke that's pretty funny, but it's alright. And this, I spent a lot of time. I spent $50 on the Santa suit for this, and I think it turned out really well, and I'm really proud of it. And it's really funny, and I love it. Jerry the Demon versus What Is This Channel? I hate this video so much. This is actually one of my least favorite videos that I've ever made. And I love this one so much. I made it with my family, who I rarely make stuff with, but I should more often. And it took so long, and I love it. And most of that taking so long was just not working on it. But anywho, I perform more stand-up for you versus A Very Mariah Christmas. This is old and not particularly good at all. And this is I think that's some pretty good stand-up. I talk about like illnesses and stuff, and it's great. Laugh Track versus May All Beings Be Well and Happy, a documentary. Dang, this is hard. This is really hard because this is not funny, but it's a well-made documentary. And Laugh Track is really funny, and it's really conceptually really good, and I like there's some animation in there. I like what I'm doing with it, but just because I've done so many sketches and they've turned out like this level of good, this is my first and only time making a documentary, and I think it turned out pretty well for that. And so I think, you know, I gotta give myself some respect and move that along. Disrespectful Teen versus Two Short Sketches. I don't care about this one. This one is awesome. It's great. I love it so much. I think it still holds up really well despite being made like pretty early on in my career. The Real Toilet Paper Club versus No Sandwich Spider-Man. This video is fine. It's all right. It actually is, I think, has some pretty nice editing. But this is just such a stupid concept, and I think it's executed so well because it's trying to be a certain type of video, and I think it feels so genuine, and it's so stupid. It's so stupid, I love it. More Today's Entertainment versus Pre-Algebra Sketch. I think Leah once said this was her least favorite video of mine, and yeah, it's not very good. This one is pretty good, though. The airplane was just invented, and this guy has no idea versus have Jerry Limbs come to your house. This one's fine. This one also, I love that it's interesting because the setup is entirely dependent on the thumbnail, which I think is really funny. Yeah, it's really fun. It's actually really funny. The best video you'll ever see versus American Football Explained in 60 Seconds. I'll say this is not the best video you'll ever see. It's a really stupid pun that again it has Vine energy, but it's like a bad Vine. And then this is it's a decent video I made with Leah where we explained some stuff. It's pretty fun. I had fun with making it. Graffiti Express versus It Me. I made this with my dad and I had so much fun making it, and he's really proud of it. I'm really proud of it. It's awesome. I made this in 2 seconds. And it sucks. Interview with the Tornado versus Hunger Game in 60 Seconds. School project, cool project. Anyways, I really like this one. I love the green screen with it. This was a school assignment. I got a good grade on it, and I think that's fun. Some of my school projects are boring, but this one is fun. Some old ones: Dictionary, any percent speedrun, world record, 5.87 seconds, glitchless new strat found versus parody calling yourself at 3 a.m. challenge gone wrong. This one sucks more than this one. This one it's a pretty decent joke, actually. I think it's pretty fun. Ooh, Alvin Chipmunk's Drunk Driving PSA 1980 versus Ian Chamberlain's stand-up set at 4 Street Space. This is not my strongest stand-up set. It's pretty fun. It's a little more loose than the others, and I do think it went well. But this video has like genuinely fooled people, which I think is really funny. It's not real, but it's really funny, actually. It's really funny, and I'm choosing that. How I think different billionaires would react to playing WarioWare, a presentation, or a decently okay English project. I think this one is funnier. This one is still actually pretty good, but WarioWare. It's weird, it's specific, it's a pretty good presentation. I had fun making it. It's a little different style of video, but I think it went pretty well. I like it. POV, I give you my English presentation on the Silmarillion after you broke all of your bones versus Gaming for Ninja Gamer Blevins. This is just a school project that I made that I wanted to upload, but it was boring, so I gave it a twist. I think it makes it a really interesting video just because it's so strange of a concept. This one is really funny, though, and it started the schmuss style of humor of, like, even before the schmuss, this was proto-schmuss, and it's so good. A ridiculously serious video, or friend footage. My god, friend footage is so bad. I'm not going to unlist it, but don't watch it. And this one is also not particularly great, but it's better than friend footage. Friend footage technically was the first video I ever filmed because I filmed the first half of it in June or July 2020. Jesus Christ, it's so bad. It's so bad. Don't watch it ever. It's a parody of a video that I made in 2018 of me and ziplining, me and my friend ziplining, and it sucks so hard. And friend footage manages to somehow be even worse. I don't remember filming this one versus Maximum Today's Entertainment. I composed a little score for this one. I just kind of improvised in GarageBand, and that's kind of fun. And I think this was footage for POV. I break into your house and watch Family Guy Funnies with you on your Chromebook. But I didn't like the take, and so I stopped doing it. But I think it's pretty fun. It's a really weird video. It's unique, and I like how unique it is. There are 5 Today's Entertainments. This one is not particularly special. First ever musical versus No More Mr. Nice Guy. First ever musical is another one of those videos that I think is perfect, just because it's a really short video and it's one joke, but it's told literally perfectly, so I love it. It's been exactly 3 years since I've started YouTube, and I finally peaked versus Leah's review of Skyview Park. Good version. This is pretty fun, but I made it in 30 minutes. This one is, I think, a lot more fun because it just gets stupid crazy. And I allow myself to do literally anything at the cost of the audience. And I kind of like that. I should mess with the audience more. Holy Crap I'm One versus the New Year video. This one, I look back on it and I cringe. I wasn't as good as talking to the camera. And I'm so much more cringe. And I shouldn't cringe it. I should be nice to my past self. But I can't. New Year video. It's a pretty solid idea, I guess. Sitcoms need to start doing this versus even more Today's Entertainment. I love sitcoms need to start doing this. I think it's conceptually so much fun, and this one it's fine. It's pretty good. I do like the green screen and the bad editing humor of that. The most coherent video versus did you know that Bo Burnham's Inside was supposed to star 2 people? I like both of these. Most coherent video is better, just because it's funnier. And I made it with Leah, and it's stupid, and I like that. Someone thought this was real and not satire when I posted it, and I think that's funny, because it's supposed to be stupid. Toilet Golf Review versus Paul the Human Instrument. Paul the Human Instrument, I will say, is my most underrated video of all time, and it's really good, so please go watch that one. Today's Entertainment versus What's Up Doc. It's Today's Entertainment. I don't have to say anything. What's Up Doc is not very good. Dr. Brims versus Lee McKay Superventure Album. This is a music video I made for a good song, and this is just a whole album that I made. And it's my worst album, because it's my first album, but it has its moments, is what I will say. Also, just to shamelessly plug, there's the Lee McKay Super Friendship album and the Lee McKay Super Friendship album 2 on my Bandcamp at toastsandwich.bandcamp.com. Please check that out. The second album is actually pretty good, and the first album has some pretty good moments, and there's also a single on there that I made that's pretty fun, and I'll make more stuff at some point. I'm working on some stuff. Trust the process. Green screen test number 1 versus Honey I'm a Home #shorts. This one is so much of a nothing burger, and this one is both a pretty solid video, and it inspired a really good video later down the line. So it's gonna be this one. Oh, the practical clock versus the party, ending on a little bit of a difficult one of videos that are. I would, if this were a tier list, they would be right next to each other. It's going to be the practical clock because I made that one earlier, and it's really good, and it's one of the first videos I made that I remember being really proud of. On to round 2. Sketch Compilation 2 versus This Man is a True Inspiration. Sketch Compilation 2 has had its time. This Man is a True Inspiration is really funny. I love how it's edited. I love the style. I love the whole thing of it, actually. Chekhov's Gun, more like it's Jimmy Johnson's Extreme Exercise Workout Time Power Mode Zone. Again, funniest video. One of my funniest videos I've ever made. It's perfect. You gotta go. If you watch any of my videos, go watch this one. It's gonna be Lemon Demon Something Glowing. This is a fine Q&A, but I do really like how this one turned out. I think it's fun visually, and a lot of the times I'm a writing guy, so to make visuals for something where I'm not writing, I think that's really fun. Oh, okay, this one is hard, because I really like my first stand-up set, but the Constitution... You know, I like the editing. As much as I enjoy doing stand-up, I love the videos where I'm editing and I'm going crazy and I'm improvising. I love that more. There's a reason why I've done 4 stand-up sets and 150 videos. But I rest in peace to that stand-up set because it is so good and it should have gotten farther. Mystery of the Mystery. John Gaming is fine, but I feel like it could have been written better. The meat of it, the interview part could be better. And Mystery of the Mystery is just so stupid fun, and I made it with some great people. Chris versus What If Season 2 Real. Now we are actually getting kind of tough. What If Season 2 Real because I made it with Leah, and it's an animation. End of story. All-Star Menards Remix Nightcore versus Sketch Compilation 3. Sketch Compilation 3, if you look at it, it is actually a fine video, but it was supposed to be so much better, and I just kind of panicked because I took too long on it, and then I rushed, and it kind of sucks. And I wanted it to be so much more, and so it falls flat of my expectations. And so I'm always going to harbor a little bit of a grudge against it. So I would rather listen to this than watch this. End of story. Introducing Swift versus Sketch Compilation for Halloween, Sketch Compilation for Halloween. What do I need to say? This is fine. This is a bunch of much better sketches. We're gonna go Jack Films is on my walls, #ShrekMe, because it's a little more horror, and I think I should. That's really fun, and I kind of want to do more of that sort of stuff. This is a solid sketch, very solid sketch, but. This has to be a made a bad video and turn it into this instead, actually. As much as I love You're Going to the Office, I think this is just a more interesting concept, and it's more unique, and I think it is funnier because it just has so many stupid jokes, like the asparagus one. It's Oscar bait. I have to say nothing about that one. Easily the worst video we've made so far. Slow News Day is fun, but it doesn't stand out. This one, I got more memories with it. I'm a sucker for videos I make with my friends. You're getting it's I Need to Be 7 Feet Tall by Wednesday or Else. That feels like an episode of a TV show, and I really like it. And it's so funny, and there's some great writing and some weird concepts. And this is fine, and it's very short, and it's not great. For all my Smiling Friends fans out there. Look, I have both versions. I have sitcoms need to start doing this, and sitcoms should absolutely not be doing this in round 2. I think one of them has to go, so I'm gonna take out the one that I think is a little worse. I think it's interesting. I think they work better as 2 parts of a whole, but I like the other one better. These are both not particularly actually, no. Trick Shots this one's fine. I was misremembering Trick Shots as another video. This is actually a really good video that I do like. I do quite like making stuff with people I like, you know. Very cool safety tips. That one wins. This one's solid. This one is actually really good. But I love that kind of video so much. Just goofing around. I like there's two of me. That's always fun. It's a TV picture world. What do I have to say? Yeah, screaming number one. How to make money by abusing the public domain is fine, but it's not strong enough to withstand me just screaming, which means it's not that good of a video in comparison. It's gonna be reacting to. I think I'm gonna throw up is fine, but this turned out so good. Movies plus cinematic universe. This is meh, sorry for the logo. This is meh. This is like great. I love it. It's really fun. A very important update for the future of this channel. Look, I love the video, you know, give it a little bit of grace for the nostalgia, but it's not winning. This is getting pretty far. I love this one. Most today's entertainment. Among Us Let's Play is so bad in comparison, it's not even funny. Which is why it's so bad in comparison. The Toast Sam, I have a better Christmas special, and it's called Christmas's End. So Rock, Paper, Scissors takes the cake for this one. I don't want to vote it out. I know it's going to have to go at some point, but I'll be so sad for when that happens. Christmas's End. This is solid, but this is way better. The green screen is kind of bad at some points, but like funny bad, but like, I don't know. I'm very critical of a lot of my videos, but this is this is good. And it's good and it's good. Jerry the Demon. I perform my stand-up for you. Not my best stand-up. This is really good. Oh God. You know, I love this video to death. You know, it means a lot to me. This one's just so funny. You know, the thing with the bracket being random is that, like, unfortunately, a lot of very good videos get left behind early, and a lot of kind of mid videos go on just because of random chance. Like, reacting to is in bracket 3, but May All Beings Be Well and Happy's got to move out. I'm sorry. No Sandwich Spider-Man. This one is fine. It's not bad by any means, but I love No Sandwich Spider-Man, actually. I genuinely think it's really, really funny. The airplane was just invented, and this guy has no idea. American football explained in 60 seconds. Airplane was just invented. It's got, like, this is fine. I love this one. I love this one. It's so good. We're gonna go Graffiti Express, because I love Graffiti Express. That's all there is to say is I love Graffiti Express. And it's awesome. Alvin and Chipmunks Drunk Driving PSA, just, it's so much more well done. You know, if I did this one today, you'd be very toe-to-toe, but it's one of my first videos, so it just suffers from me being inexperienced. Gaming Fiend Ninja Gamer of 11s. It's iconic, it's hilarious, it's funny. Proto Schmus, once again. We're gonna go, I don't remember filming this one. That Jackson's video, challenge video, is, I think, maybe my weakest one, and it's fine. First ever musical. I'm just going, just first instinct. This one is fine, but, like, this one is so much funnier than this. Sitcoms need to start doing this compared to New Year video. New Year video's mid, you know. Paul the Human Instrument. I don't have anything else to say. It's just so good. I'm just going instinctively that now I have to process. Today's entertainment is great, but this is a whole album that I made. I made a whole album, and that's crazy. Who's ready for round 3 of 8? Once again, I maintain that this video is one of the best I've ever made. So it's going there. Sorry, Lemon Demon Something Glowing. I love the Look, I'm sorry, Mr. the Mystery. I'm sorry, everyone I worked on that with. I love it to death. The Constitution just makes me giggle, and I love being in. I love thinking back to just improvising and saying whatever and being like, just with the suit on, with all the stuff. It's just so fun. What if Season 2 real? All-Star Menards got farther than it should have. It's fine, but it's good animation. And here's the thing is that was years ago, so I'd probably be even better now. Sketch compilation number 4. You know, it's a lot of really good sketches compared to one pretty good video. Oscar bait. It's not even a contest. It's going to be a contest at some point, but, like, come on. I need to be 7 feet tall by Wednesday or else, you know. This is a good video. But this is a great video, you know, like S tier, A tier, maybe B tier, you know. Originally, I was going to do a tier list, but You need to have images for that, and I want text. Sketch compilation 1 and 2 remade. Trick shots is great. I do love trick shots, but there's just something about this video. Like, it's very good, but it proves not only how much I've improved in 2 years of making YouTube, but also that, like, even from the beginning, I had some good ideas. And, it's like, love yourself. And I think that's a good idea. It's a TV picture world. Like, what else needs to be said? But it's a TV picture world. Jesus Christ. Nothing burger videos, but Screaming #1. Movies plus Cinematic Universe. I love Movies plus Cinematic Universe. I hate to miss this, but there's just so many funny movie posters that I made. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. It's gonna go pretty far. I really love it. Ew. Jerry the Demon. I love Christmas's End. Jerry the Demon's more fun, I think. I love the montage. I love that sort of stuff. Disrespectful Teen. It's exactly the kind of stuff I love to make. Graffiti Express. Solid video, but, I just like it's the emotional connection to it, and that's it. But that is a lot. Oh! Don't make me do this. Don't make me vote out one of these. Here's the thing, if we're going on an objective level, this one is really funny, and this one is really good. The fact that this has fooled someone, and the fact that it is just such a stupid concept, executed so well, in my heart, I think this is a better video, but I love this one more. So is it my brain, or is it my heart that wins? And the answer, I think, is that one. I just closed my eyes and picked. All right. Rest in peace, Alvin Chipmunks. First ever musical. First ever musical easily clears. Paul the Human Instrument. This is great, but it took so long, and it was a mess to film. And as much as I love it, this one is better and just really good. And it's perfect. To me, this video is like perfect. I'm going to go with the album. Practical Clock is great. I love the Practical Clock. I have so much respect for it. But it's a whole album that, is like I like that it's a whole album. Round 4. We're getting through these really quickly now, which is great. This sucks, but it's Jimmy Johnson's Extreme Exercise Workout Time Power Mode Zone. I love that video with all of my heart. I also love this video with all my heart, but this one's just a little bit funnier. Gosh darn it. What the schmuss. These are two pretty dang evenly matched videos because I love the animation on it. But also it's not the funniest. But yeah, no, I think I gotta go with this. I think the fact that it's just funnier and it's more stuff. It's Oscar bait. It's Oscar bait. Of course it. One of these has to get out, and it's a shame because I do believe that I was just saying that I think this one is the better one. But It's a TV Picture World is a compilation of sketches that is way funnier, actually. It's way funnier, and it's with my best friend, and it's cool. I feel like I've glazed it enough, but it's going forth. Screaming 1 finally loses. It should have lost a while ago, but I have so many videos that like aren't great, so that's how it goes. Oh, Rock, Paper, Scissors versus Jerry the Demon. Both stuff I made with people that I love. Look, this is difficult. I love both of these. My heart of heart says Rock, Paper, Scissors. I love Graffiti Express. Again, in my heart of hearts, I gotta go with Disrespectful Teen. Darn! Like, here's the thing. It's the start of the schmuss kind of style of humor, really. But I think, like, that's the thing, is it's the start. It's not going to be as better as some of the schmuss videos that come after. And so, while I have a great emotional connection to it, realistically, it's one of the, like, weaker, like, schmuss, proto-schmuss style videos. And so, the first ever musical goes on. But, my God, do I love Gaming Feed Ninja Gamer Blevins. I love it so much. I love it every day of the week. This is great. I made a whole album. That goes crazy style. But I have so many problems with this album, and I have so many criticisms that I could talk about, just because it happens to be so much of a bigger project that I made in a relatively... think it probably took longer for me to make Paul the Human Instrument if we're counting like hours worked on it. I made this album in like technically a month, but more like 5 days. This I made probably in more than 5 actual days, and I was working on it more. This was the start for all of my music, but it was the start. I had like never really done any other music stuff since before it, and so it sucks kind of hard, except for some parts. This is just perfect all the way around. Yeah, there's a strong emotional connection to this one, but like, come on. All right. The Constitution, which I love, and Jimmy Johnson's Extreme Exercise, Workout Time Power Mode Zone. I feel like I'm repeating myself. Oh, I thought about this. Actually, I'm not sure. Because this one is really good and it's perfect and it's flawless and so short and tight. But this one is longer and has some really funny, stupid jokes. That I love all of the jokes that I made in that, and it just happens to be more and longer, and it does... And they're so similar. They're but the same, like exact same style of humor, pretty much. And I hate to kick out Jimmy. I think it is actually the Constitution. Rest in peace, Jimmy Johnson's Extreme Exercise, Workout Time Power Mode Zone. Gone but not forgotten. But the Constitution is so good, though. It's so funny, and the fact that I'm in a suit makes it really funny, because it makes it seem semi-professional. Oscar bait. It's never been difficult to choose Oscar bait. Just like how it's, okay, I do love this one. It's still easy for me to choose It's a TV Picture World. I'm going disrespectful. Here's the thing. I have a lot of nostalgia for it, and I think it's really good. But, like, also, I do think Rock, Paper, Scissors is, like, genuinely, like, it visually does look very nice. I think it is really funny, and I think it's genuinely better written. Like, if we're talking from, like, a writing standpoint of, like, just the script, then Rock, Paper, Scissors. Of the emotional connection and just the aesthetic of it. So I'm so sorry. It has to get down to nitpicks, and I think the green screen for Paul the Human Instrument could have been a little better. Like, this one I genuinely have zero issue with. If I can find one issue with this one, then I'm gonna do it, There's one microcosm of an issue with this one. This one is flawless, to me, so it has to be this one, but it hurts. Alright, round 6. I love the Constitution, but it's Oscar bait. Actually, Here's the thing. Now I'm actually not sure, because as much as I love Oscar bait, I think that there's a certain, emotional connection to it being my first film, and it got me into filmmaking, and it does have some really good parts, and I made it with my best friend in the whole world that I love so much. But the Constitution's really funny. It doesn't have any, the lows of the Constitution are not the lows of Oscar bait. The lows of Oscar bait are abysmal. Genuinely up there with some of my worst ever stuff. It's so bad. The first 6 minutes are, the lowest resolution possible, and it's kind of funny, but it gets really hard to watch. There's no characters, no characterization. There's no nothing. So I genuinely don't know which one I should choose. Because one is really flawed, but it's really ambitious, and it's really good. But it's is this just going to be Oscar bait versus It's a TV Picture World? Can I get controversial? Can I say that the funniest again, 2022, even though there's some really funny bits, there's also some really funny bits in the Constitution, and it's easier to show to someone. It's more accessible. It's wild that I'm saying this, but I've convinced myself it's the Constitution. Oscar bait has somehow been dethroned. Semi-final already, or round 7, which is what it really is. As much as I was it's a TV Picture World is better than the Constitution, and that's not even a question really, because the scale is ridiculous, and unlike Oscar bait, we pull it off for the whole time. It's genuinely good movie for the whole time of it. And here's what I'll say. My first thought was go for Rock, Paper, Scissors. But there are things I would change about Rock. Once again, there were things I would change about Rock, Paper, Scissors. I think everyone who worked on it could say that there are some things that didn't turn out the way we would, and we were under intense, time restrictions, and we're working with stuff we weren't familiar with. Like, obviously, if we could do it again, we'd do things differently. But the first ever musical is just perfect. I'm sorry. If there was more Orphan Maker, Rock, Paper, Scissors would be my best video. Only people who worked on Rock, Paper, Scissors will get that, because Orphan Maker had a whole scene that was cut due to time, because the video could only be 4 minutes long. Anywho, it's time for the finale. And it all comes down to two videos that are very similar, but also very different. They are both black and white 4x3 videos. One of them is 90 minutes. One of them is like 12 seconds. One just tells one joke perfectly, and the other tells so many jokes very well. And I'm surprised it's the first ever musical made it here. I'm not surprised it's a TV Picture World made it here. I think I know what I'm going to go with, but I think it shows the two sides of the stuff that I make. That a video that's short and perfect and a video that is long and very good can make it on here. And I have to say it, we all know what's coming. I foreshadowed it many other times. It's a TV Picture World is the best video I've ever made. But anyways, that was fun. I had fun. I hope you had fun. But anywho's, on to thing.
Number 4, making and eating a toast sandwich. Alright, welcome to the kitchen. Today, I'm gonna be making and preparing a toast sandwich, that's me, but it's not. It's 2 pieces of bread with 1 piece of toast in the middle. So for this recipe, for those following along at home, you're gonna need 3 slices of bread. Let's put this one into the toaster, and wait, it's a very simple recipe. It's not going to take very long. I didn't script this part out. Oh, okay. What the heck? It flipped out. As you can see, it's kind of hot. It's a little hot. Not too hot to touch though, but it's pretty well toasted. This would be exactly how I would like it. So we're just going to go and put this in between the slices of bread, and it doesn't look particularly appetizing. I'm expecting this to be so bland, but who knows? Maybe this is good. Maybe I'm gonna eat this and I'm gonna be like, this is the best thing I've ever tasted. Why didn't I try this sooner? Anywho's, here we go. I will say, better than eating 3 slices of raw bread. The heat from the toast, the fact that it's still warm, and the fact that it's crunchy and the bread is not, it is not very, like, flavorful, but it's a fun texture and it's a fun feel. And bread doesn't taste that bad, it's like, it's a little bland, but it's not bad. So, overall, better than I thought it would be. At this point in the sandwich, I feel like it is suffering from the lack of anything but bread, and it's just really coming a little harder to chew, but that's where this water comes in handy. It's like just getting hard to chew. I'm like, a little more disappointing with every bite. Because also, the heat from it, like from the toast is gone. It's the same temperature as the other slices. Like, I'm gonna finish the whole thing. I'm gonna eat this whole thing. I don't particularly want it. With the first bite, I was like, oh, this will be alright. Now, I'm in the thick of it. And it sucks. Like the song. I'm almost done. I just have like kind of the crust left. It's shrunk on me. It's a nothing sandwich. A nothing burger, if you will. Because it's so bad. It's not good. Kids, don't try this at home. Not because it's dangerous, just because it sucks so hard. Last bite. That's the worst bite. Yeah. I've been eating this for like 10, 12 minutes. And it sucks.
That wasn't very good. Initially, with the first bite, I was thinking maybe a 3.5 out of 5. I'm thinking like a 2.5 out of 5 now. It's not very good. However, if you were to put stuff in between the bread and the toast and the bread, then I think it would be really good, because the contrast of like the soft bread and the crunchy toast is interesting, and I think it's a really good base. Anywho, back to me in the green screen with one more thing.
Number 5, Q&A. Alright, the last thing I want to do is a little different than all of the other things. I want to host a Q&A in the comment section of this video, like about anything, ideally like related to like YouTube making stuff or like video things, but it doesn't have to be. I will answer any question within reason, for as long as I can. I'm a small enough channel that I read every comment that is posted, and so even 5-10 years into the future, if you're watching this in like 2035, there's a chance that I might still reply to your comment. Give it a whirl. If I'm not replying to comments anymore, I will like have a pinned comment that says that. I just think it'd be a fun way to kind of end off the video and to make it something that you can do, you the audience can do, you can have fun with it, interact with me. I don't know. I did a Q&A video before a couple years ago, and I think that was kind of fun. And yeah, I don't know, it can be whatever. So that marks the end of the Toast Sandwich 5-year channel anniversary. I feel like that was pretty good. I had fun. I'm at like 170 subscribers, which is sick. That's all. If you put all those people in one room, it would be either a big room or a really cramped room, or both maybe. You might be asking what's next for Toast Sandwich, or you might not be. And the answer is, I'm going to end the video.